your heart, there's a leak in your heart. If everybody... Oh, hey guys, what's up? I'm Jeremy. Good to see you. I wanted to tell you guys about my CD release show on April 22nd at Liveberg. Yes, that's Earth Day. We'll be planting a tree. We'll have a BYOCH, Bring Your Own Cocktail Hour. Sean Atkins, Amy Millison opening up, and a new live recording there by myself. Cheers, guys.
Art All Night 2016, now in its 19th year, returns to the Lawrenceville neighborhood of Pittsburgh on April 23rd through the 24th. The 22-hour event runs through the night and will take place at the Arsenal Terminal building between 39th and 40th Street. Under the three pillars of Art All Night, no fee, no jury, and no censorship, the event prides itself on accepting art of all types from all walks of life. Artists may submit one piece of original artwork through the online portal at artallnight.org. If you'd like to help make Art All Night 2016 a reality, please sign up to volunteer at the event. It takes over 300 volunteers to make the show run smoothly, and shifts are as little as 2 hours. Visit artallnight.org for more information. We hope to see you there.
Welcome back to River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network, and we have, I'm actually surrounded by only flesh here in studio. We have Lefty Chris and Jonathan. How are you guys?
Good. Great.
Okay.
Good.
Just okay.
Just okay.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Just all right.
I'm okay.
Well, yesterday you were at the International Pinball Championships, so that has to be
Yes.
a good thing. You got to be like on a high from that, right?
Not really, because I was partying last night, and even though we did have an Elvis that played Suspicious Minds, so at the party, that was pretty good.
I doubt there will be an Elvis at Heavy Metal Monessen 3, April 23rd, 1 to 8 p.m. at the Monessen City Park Amphitheater.
We can arrange that.
You can arrange that?
Yeah.
Is there going to be art there? That's the thing. I'm hearing like mixed feelings now. I heard there was going to be art at the event. We're talking about art all day on this show, art in Pittsburgh, and that's one of the things I thought was interesting is you guys, in a sense, are... Obviously, all musicians are artists, but you're also an artist in the sense of a performer as well, with everything you do on stage. So,
Yes.
It's interesting. Tell us a little bit about that. We talked a little bit about that in the introduction.
You guys are looking at me, huh? You want me to say it?
You do, John.
All right.
Talk.
I'll pick up on it. We'll elaborate.
Well, actually, our main man in Only Flesh, Rev, he's not here. He had to go on a road trip for something very important. But he's the leader of this whole kit and caboodle of charades. So, Only Flesh is not only a heavy band, and heavy as in multiple genres. We'll do metal, we'll do punk, we'll throw in some industrial, all kinds of stuff. We even have a surf song. But it's also a flesh suspension group in which people will put hooks through their skin, swing from the ceilings, and tug against each other, do all kinds of stuff that involves hooks through skins. And yes, I know that came out weird, but that's all right.
It's insane.
Yes, completely insane.
Actually,
and it's also a sideshow troupe where you have like Rev's girlfriend Jess, who's a frequent performer with us. She will walk up a set of machete stairs.
Machete stairs?
Yes, machete stairs.
how does that even, like, how's that a thing? Like, how does that work?
Magic.
Like, they're not just, like, out there. Like, is it, like, is it, like, built, like, is there a platform on each side? Or is it just, like, literally hanging out into the air and she's...
Oh, no. We have a little homemade contraption where you can lay the machetes into by the blade, and they just stick up, and she just walks up the edges of the blades.
It looks like a one-sided step ladder.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's pretty neat.
That's awesome. So, yeah, but it's crazy. It's I'm trying to think, like, how to describe it.
It's
redonkulous.
redonkulous.
It's fascinating, but at the same time, it's almost like... You watch it and you're like, ugh! Like, I've heard that's pretty much what Zach said the whole interview when you guys were on WCAL was, ugh! And I think that's probably the best description of of how it is to watch it. I mean, it's fascinating and cool, but you're also thinking, ugh, because it's having something stuck out of you would be very ugh.
Well, Rev's mission is to push the limits of the human body, so he just does it in an entertaining form. So that's what he always says. So.
No, you don't have any hooks in your body.
No,
I don't either. You do.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So how do you two fit in without having hooks? Because obviously, if you have hooks, you're part of the show. Clearly, you two are on stage. You're not just standing in the corner looking at the wall. You're engaged. So how do you contribute to the performance on stage without having all of the body modification that Lefty has here?
Well, I guess you could take this 2 different ways. You could take it as in like how we met Only Flesh and how we ended up in Only Flesh. Is because
tell me the story.
Because Chris and I are in another band, the Existential Gentlemen.
We've got actually.
Yes.
Tom, you want to hold up that in front of the camera? Yeah, we got the.
And we played a bunch of shows with Only Flesh, and we've become really good friends with Only Flesh. And when they needed a couple of members, they got Chris and I. So that's just how it happened. We became good friends. We loved what they did, and they wanted us. So here we are.
There was a definite mutual musician respect.
Yes, yes.
So like they were like a go-to, and when they accepted, we were thankful. So that's good, especially to join such an oddball group of people.
Yeah. So even though Chris and I are very vanilla and we don't do that kind of stuff, there's the mutual musical respect and what we can contribute in that way. It just worked.
Well, didn't you do something to your instrument to kind of contribute? Is that?
Well, I'm going to.
Okay.
And that's going to be seen at Monessen for the first time.
All right, so that's come to Heavy Metal Monessen. You can see something for the first time. It's breaking right there. So.
Anyways, I'm very active on stage, and I like to mingle with people in the crowd.
You are. You jump around.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So while everyone's doing their own, like their various sideshow things or whatever, I'm like the really energetic, crazy one up on stage doing ridiculous things. And one of the things I'm going to be working on is I just bought a cheap bass, and I'm going to cover it in metal plates. And now we have a grinder team as well. You have a bunch of girls with grinders, and they use the edges on metal plates to shoot sparks all over the place. So they're going to do that on my bass once I have metal plates on the bass.
Awesome.
So are you guys doing a full show at
Yes,
Heavy Metal
full
Monessen?
full show. Fire, sparks, whatever.
What if little Johnny comes walking by?
Too bad.
Too bad for little Johnny. So.
Grow up.
Faster.
Is it yeah, right? Is it easier or harder to do what you do outside?
Ooh, that's a good question. Outside, I guess it would be a little harder because then you have to make rigs to be able to suspend from, unless there is, like a proper stage that you can reach into that and really do the full show. Drumming while suspending, or having hooks makes the whole process of being a musician, being a drummer, that much more entertaining. And it was a challenge for myself, and
that would have to be an incredible challenge to.
Nobody else does it.
Yeah, I imagine so. And how do you manage to make that work? Because I imagine your concentration would be kind of split between hanging and drumming.
Well, actually, you kind of end up forgetting about the hooks and stuff like that. When you're in the moment, you don't really realize any of that happening. Like, you feel it, but it doesn't affect me in that manner.
Is it painful when
No.
you have How does that work? Because I imagine when I would think a hook is going through my body.
Well, the piercing, of course, is painful, but
Okay.
once you get moving and everything like that, like your body just kicks into high gear, so you're on the fly.
Now you guys have actual body modifiers, correct, or something to make it safe or make it how do you?
Oh yeah, we have professional piercers.
Yes, okay.
On scene. Like
My friend called it a modifier, and he knows one of the guys who works with you, so that's just the term that I
Rev.
learned.
He's like definitely a great professional piercer. So
We also have Mikey
and then
and Josh.
I was gonna say we have
they
we
both are professionals as well.
Mhm.
And they're also our fire
crew members,
spitters. at
Yeah,
the same time. They double as
amazing.
fire spitters.
Nice. So there's going to be fire at Heavy Metal Monessen.
Yes,
Because when
I
I saw
promise.
you
Of
guys,
course, there's gonna be fire.
well, see, I didn't know because when I saw you guys, I saw you at the Hard Rock, and you didn't have any. I don't remember any
Well, that's
fire.
because it's hard rock.
Well,
you gotta
yeah.
follow some regulations.
Yeah.
We're
Sure,
we're
yeah.
not that kind of a rebel where we're gonna go in and mess up a place. We respect it. So if
Just-
we,
just
if
think about
wherever
the
we
Great
can get
White
away
incident.
with it, though, it's happening.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting to see. I'm a little nervous to see it actually to see the hanging and
Good,
things like
good.
that. I
I'm
think that's-
happy that you're nervous.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's gonna be. I don't know how. I mean, that's. I mean, I saw your guys' music video. That was pretty intense because I believe was that your release party at the Hard Rock for the music video, or I know it was being played.
Yeah, we had a release party there for
I think-
which music video are you speaking of? Crucifixen? No.
Favorite Shade of Grey.
Favorite Shade of Grey. Good. Yeah.
That's
it was
one
a
Extents
release
were on
party.
as well, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so I was there for that, and I saw you guys perform there. So, and I've seen the music video, so I kind of have at least some idea what to expect. But to see something on video versus seeing something live,
Right.
it's going to be a completely different experience.
I like the whole process that bringing the shock back into the rock. Haha, but it's like seriously something that has been long gone, and I think people like they're opening up again to this whole shock aspect of everything, which is cool. I think it's a missing like theatrical part of rock and roll, and I'm happy to be a part of a group that's bringing that back to the kids, I guess you could say.
Is it hard?
Just don't do that at home.
Yes, that's a good point. And is there a risk to I mean, obviously there's going to be some risk to what you do, but I know you work to minimize that as much as possible. But what are some of the risks? Some besides the obvious.
Well, always have a professional at hand. Don't do it yourself.
Yeah.
The risks? I mean, I guess well, that's a good one.
Sometimes the skin doesn't hold up.
Yeah,
and we had an
like-
incident on Halloween where that happened.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened? Like how like it doesn't
Okay.
hold up? What do you mean? Like how does the skin?
It'll tear,
It'll-
yeah.
So then what do you have like to get stitches and everything to repair it?
Well, in the case of
Never
in the
dealt with anything
in the
like
case
that.
of Jessica, they just patched her up and she continued the show. We played up in Indiana on Halloween. I dressed as Andrew WK. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, the patching process was interesting.
Yeah, but anyways, we played a set, then we did some sideshow and suspension stuff, then another set, and during that middle part, Jessica was doing, which is Red's girlfriend, as I explained earlier. She was doing a suspension called the astronaut. That's hooks through your ass.
Okay. Astronaut.
The astronaut. And one of the hooks did not hold up. That's all I gotta say. It was pretty rough, but we got her patched up, and she continued on doing stuff for the next set.
That's insane.
Chris is here, by the way.
I know.
I am
yes.
here.
we got the wireless mic we could share.
All right.
You're
cool.
like hiding over in the corner.
Chris likes to share.
That's true.
So actually, Chris, is it hard to appeal to a wide base given what you do? Because I imagine some people would probably be turned off by what's happening on stage.
No, I think it's pretty cool because at the end of the day, like it's still rock and roll music and anybody can enjoy it. There's a lot of people though that I'll see that can't look, but they're still jamming to it and having a good time. But some people will hide around the corner because they don't want to see what's going on. But
So some people, it's like they bring the blindfolds because they love the music, but they're not that they don't like what you do, but they might be like squeamish because I feel like somebody might think what you're doing is awesome, but they might still be like, "Ooh, I don't know if I can handle this."
sometimes, yeah, that happens every once in a while. But a lot of times you just see everybody rocking out and it's a great time.
Yeah, it's. I did see a little bit at the Hard Rock. You guys did do a little bit there, so I was able to see some. Not any. You didn't hang or anything, but I was able to see some of the, the hooks and things like that
Flesh
as
pulls,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But I'm interested to see this setting, and when you go to an event like Heavy Metal Monessen, which has that has a roof, right? But it's high up.
Yeah,
If I remember. Yeah. Do you incorporate that into what you do?
Ladders, climbing gear. Get up
Yes.
there, get a rig up there.
Okay, so you
somehow.
are going to be using the actual roof of the pavilion.
Well, we do not know yet. That's up to Rev.
Okay.
So he'll figure it out we don't know exactly what we're going to do, but he'll figure it out.
Awesome. We have Only Flesh here in studio. They will be performing at Heavy Metal Monessen 3, which is going to be at the Monessen City Park Amphitheater. You got to come in. I think are you out of thing? Oh, I can see you, but just barely. All right. He's here.
Stay uncomfortably close to him the rest of the show.
That's right. No, this is like one of those things. It's like that sports show where you got to like stand like right next to each other and talk all serious. Yeah, like it's like real intense because we're standing this close, so you know that this is serious.
Serious
Right?
business.
Yes.
Serious.
This is serious.
That's
I'm
right.
totally serious right now.
That's serious. We're on camera for those listening. But the event, Heavy Metal Monessen 3, have you guys done anything like that before at a community park?
We've played.
The haunted houses are kind of close to that in terms of
Yeah,
having an
that's true.
overall all ages audience, right?
What haunted houses have you performed at? That would be a cool...
Houston's Haunted Hollow.
Where's that at?
It's in Rockville, PA.
Yeah, it's out towards Somerset.
Yeah.
But
Haunted,
that-
awesome.
Haunted
Yeah.
Hoochie,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that's in Ohio.
Haunted Hoochie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the
that
haunted
would be-
hoochie thing that Only Flesh does is just
That's
a suspension inside show.
That would be fantastic to see, I imagine. Like, I could just imagine going to the haunted house and seeing that. I feel like you guys might steal the show at the haunted house.
Well, actually, the crowd is. The line forms before the stage, so whether or not they want to see it, they have to see it.
Yeah.
And a lot of things happen. Sometimes you get people passing out. But like
That's
their
awesome.
haunted house is amazing though too.
Yeah. Now that's the way to do it. You gotta. Sometimes it's really easy to just like find those opportunities to force people in. Like for Millville May Day is coming up, which I think is May 6th. The promo will play on the show. You'll hear it. But May 6th, we'll be out there on the street. It's like you will listen to our music. You will see us as you walk by. And sometimes that's the best way to expose yourself and your brand to other people.
Right.
So.
Except that our brand involves our singer crushing a cinder block against his nuts with a sledgehammer.
How does he have kids? Is he going to? Does he not? Does he plan to have kids?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Because I imagine that would be that would pretty much be a killer for that. How does he do that? Because I imagine that's like it's a cinder block. I mean,
His
that's
girlfriend does it to him, so
Oh,
it's okay.
that's how it works. Okay.
Science.
So
Yeah.
makes sense.
We're
So-
not gonna have kids.
Oh man. So you're Jonathan involved
Yes.
with the festival on a more universal level as well.
Yeah, I'm the producer.
Yes. So, how difficult is it to produce a yeah?
I'm the producer. Haha.
How difficult is it to produce a show that you're in? I imagine there's a lot of craziness and running around and everything
That's
else.
what he does best.
That's what he does best.
Yes,
Yes.
I am always crazy and running around. In fact, when we played this show out towards Cincinnati, we showed up and there was a really terrible PA system, and I was just losing it, and I was just getting on everyone's case about it too. Like these guys that brought this awful PA system. I'm that guy. I like to take charge of things, and it's what I've always done. It's what I've always naturally done. So when I joined Zach in doing Heavy Metal Monessen, it just came natural. I knew what to do. I knew how to handle it. So not a whole lot of craziness to it. But people think I'm crazy when they see me going insane trying to handle this. But to me, it's natural.
I know you guys are trying to bring artists down to the festival. Is that something that you foresee happening, or is it kind of a question right
that
now?
comes down to Zach, but I did throw him some ideas.
'Cause I think that would be
So,
cool. I think
yeah.
that would be an interesting thing to add to the festival. That's something that we've talked about in the opening of today's show, that a lot of festivals are kind of combining the two. Panza Gallery, they have a stage, for example. Art All Night has live music there. The Three Rivers Arts Festival obviously has live music. So I think it's kind of a cool thing to be able to add art to music, and people are able to see the art. Maybe if they're too squeamish to watch you, they might listen and look at some artwork.
Well,
at
part of the
same time.
idea that I had, and I ran this past Zach, and he's going to get a hold of the proper people. But I want to see like some live painting happening with the metal music, letting the metal music encourage and inspire the live painting to see what happens to the paintings.
That would be cool.
So-
I think that would be fantastic. That's a
I
cool
would
idea.
Destroy my canvas.
Just
to
rip it
pieces.
apart.
There you
Speaking of destruction,
go. Uh-oh.
what's the worst on-stage disaster you've experienced?
Ooh, that's a good question. Like, should I even like speak of those things?
I don't know.
Well, you know what? Okay, I got one. Many years ago on tour, we were doing a zombie show, and Rev encouraged us to get zombie makeup. And we usually don't do makeup, you know, because like
Sure.
our blood's real
Yes.
and stuff like that. And they put this streak of blood down over my head and past my eye, like this open wound type thing. Well, now I had to play, and I started to sweat, of course.
Yes.
And it all goes into my eyes. So now I'm playing blind and in pain. Directly after the show, I run out back, and there's like these like flags, like a car lot flag type thing, like decoration.
yeah. Okay.
And I take it and I push them into my eyes because I wear contacts.
Yes.
And the fake blood squirts out from underneath my
Oh, my
contacts.
God.
But yeah, like that was a it wasn't destructive necessarily, but it sucks.
That sucks. That's terrible. That's like we had this party here, and I was like, literally, you heard, I was screaming on stage just to try and sound normal, and it's just like when you have something that takes away one of the vital functions of your performance, it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, you was completely losing your voice.
Oh, it was
day,
gone.
yeah.
I was actually screaming on stage.
Yeah.
Like, literally screaming. I was in so much pain after that festival. I was like an old man walking like crippled, trying to like. I was walking at like the speed of snail on my way to another event, which of course I didn't just go home and rest like I should have. I went to another event and then I
I
went to
told
work.
you to go home too.
Yeah, you did. But
Yeah.
I went out
So
to
did I.
I went to Mr. Smalls instead, and I went home, and I took a shower, and then I went into work. So I worked an 8-hour shift on top of it. But
Sounds great. What about you?
Any disasters?
Any disasters?
I'm
Chris?
coming straight from something else too. We had the band I recorded, the Hedonism Bots' CD release show last night, and that was pretty cool. So then John got a shower on the way here, but I did not.
On
yeah,
the
that's-
way here.
So
On
that
the way
that
here.
so you are the disaster. You're like
spit
a
all
biological
over yourself.
disaster right now.
is it difficult? What's that?
I was.
Oh, is it difficult? You were obviously right now. You're working to reinvigorate Existential Gentlemen. You guys are making some changes and things like that. But is it difficult whenever you guys are full force to manage being in two bands that are? I guess sometimes you guys go to similar events, so that probably helps. But is it hard to try and juggle being in two different bands at the same time?
No, I don't think it's hard. Like if we have like a thing where one band's playing another show and one's playing the other one, like we'll figure it out otherwise. But usually if it comes to something like that, we'll just put both bands on the show. Why not?
Yeah, and I think they do complement each other in style, as you said earlier. Just they both kind of have I don't know, almost like an underground feel to it. Does that make sense?
Very niche.
Yes, very. Yeah, that's a good description, I would say. You guys are niche, but I do think that your music can help carry the band beyond the niche, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I think the music is great, and I think it's very cool what you guys do on stage. But even for like we've said, people who may not be into it, they could still experience the music and still like that. I think the quality of the music is there.
Are you asking
Right.
me a question?
I'm just making a
like,
statement.
He was
yeah.
looking your way, so I
Yeah,
thought, yeah.
it definitely is. It definitely is. I don't know. I really enjoy the diversity of our music, meaning we can go from each genre and still have fun, rock it out,
Do
and
you
people
think
enjoy it. I think.
that your style allows you to do that? Because I know a lot of bands, if they tried to go from genre to genre, that would fall apart because people go and they want to hear a specific thing and they're trained to hear that specific thing. But I think what you guys do, maybe it can bring in fans that are loyal to the whole experience. Maybe do you think that allows you to kind of transcend beyond being stuck in one
Yeah, I think
genre?
that's exactly it. They come for the whole experience, and they do not mind the different styles because in the end, it's all rock. It's all rock.
Yeah,
so.
it all has a good solid rock backbone. Like you could put any other kind of genre, like flair or flavor, over top of it. But
Like we have a surf song, for example.
the main base of it, like especially with like John and Lefty, like locked together, it still has like a good rock and roll backbone that
That's
keeps
right.
it solid.
Backbone.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be Heavy Metal Monessen, April 23rd, 1 to 8 p.m. at the Monessen City Park Amphitheater.
Can I give like 2 shout outs?
Absolutely.
All right. 1 to Cold Cock Whiskey for sponsoring us.
Yes.
Also, I'd like to give one out to Silver Fox Drumsticks, beststick.com. It's amazing. Their company is the greatest.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah.
why should I come out to Heavy Metal Monessen 3 Saturday?
Are you
23rd?
asking in terms of us being Only Flesh, or are you asking me in terms of me being like a producer?
Only Flesh.
Because of Only Flesh? Well, we don't get to do the full show very often. This is one of the few opportunities, so you're going to get completely blown away by it.
Plus, just in a general standpoint, if you were there last year and you had a good time, this year is going to be even better. And if you weren't ever there before, you should come because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think it will be awesome. And one of the cool things, if you've been there for all 3 years like I have, you can definitely see a progression in the festival. It keeps going further and further to a better product. I mean, it was awesome the first year, but it just seems like it is constantly growing. There's definitely no stagnation in anything that you guys do.
Yes, we have 2 stages this year, so.
Yes. So we're excited about
Yes.
that. All right, so come out Saturday, April 23rd, Heavy Metal Monessen 3 at the Monessen City Park Amphitheater. And stay tuned for up next. We're going to end the show on a serious note here on River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network.